Happy Birthday, Good Night. This one's by Shelley Moore Thomas. We know about the Good Night and his little dragon friends. I'll try to angle this so that we don't get the glare too much. The sun was rising over the deep, dark forest. Inside a cozy little cave, there lived 3 little dragons. They were talking with their friend, the Good Night. "We have a problem," said the first dragon. "We need to get a birthday gift," said the second dragon. "For someone very special," said the third dragon. "But we don't have any money. What can we do?" asked all the 3 dragons. The Good Night thought and thought. "Aha," he said, "methinks I know. The most special gifts do not come from a store. They come from our hearts and our hands. Nothing more," said the Good Night. "What does that mean?" asked all 3 dragons. "The best gifts are the ones we make ourselves," said the Good Night. "Will you help us, please?" asked the dragons. The Good Night did not know what to think. But he was a good knight. "Come with me," he said. The Good Night hitched up the cart. The dragons got in. He jumped on his horse. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop, they went through the deep, dark forest to the Good Night's crumbly-tumbly tower. "We will make a cake," said the Good Night. "Everybody loves cake." In the Good Night's kitchen, the work began. The dragons made a double-layer, double-chocolate, double-swirl cake with sparkly sprinkles on top. At least they tried to. Doesn't look like they're having very much success, does it? But 3 little dragons in one little kitchen can make one big mess. "I don't believe this," said the Good Night. There was flour on the ceiling, sugar on the chairs, cake batter on the floor, and sprinkles everywhere. "This is a wreck," cried the Good Night. He got the clean-up buckets and soapy soap suds. He got the brooms and brushes. The dragons scrubbed the ceiling, scrubby, scrubby, scrubby. The dragons swept the floor, swish, swish, swish. They even washed the seats of the chairs, brusha, brusha, brusha. They cleaned until the little kitchen was cleaned. "We still have a problem," said the dragons. We still have a birthday gift, or we still don't have a birthday gift for someone very special." And they began to cry drippy-droppy dragon tears. The Good Night did not know what to think, but he was a good knight, so he came up with a new idea. "Don't cry, good dragon," said the Good Night. "We'll make a birthday card. Everyone loves birthday cards." In the Good Night's study, the work began. The little dragons made a giant pop-up birthday card with shimmery, glimmery rainbows. At least they tried to. But 3 little dragons in one little study can make one big mess. "I don't believe this," cried the Good Night. There was paint on the ceiling, glue on the chairs, paper on the floor, and glitter everywhere. And the pop-up card was glued shut. "This is a ruin," cried the Good Night. He got the clean-up buckets and soapy soap suds. He got the brooms and the brushes. The dragons scrubbed the ceiling, scrubby, scrubby, scrubby. The dragons swept the floor, swish, swish, swish. They even washed the seats of the chairs, brusha, brusha, brusha. They cleaned until the study was clean. "We still don't have a birthday gift for someone very special," said the dragons, and they began to cry drippy-droppy dragon tears. The Good Night did not know what to think, but he was a good knight, and he got another good idea. "We'll put on a magic show. Everybody loves magic," he said. In the Good Night's sitting room, the work began. The dragons planned a flashy, splashy magic show with balloon animals, brightly colored streamers, and birds that flew away. At least they tried to. But 3 little dragons in one sitting room can make one big mess. "I don't believe this," cried the good knight. "There were feathers on the ceiling, streamers on the chairs, bits of paper on the floor, and popped balloons everywhere. This is a disaster," he cried. He got the clean-up buckets and soapy soap suds. He got the brooms and the brushes. The dragons scrubbed the ceiling, scrubby, scrubby, scrubby. The dragons swept the floor, swish, swish, swish. They even washed the seats of the chairs, brusha, brusha, brusha. They cleaned until the sitting room was clean. The good knight sat down at his little kitchen table. It was very late. He was very tired. The clock struck midnight. "Oh no," cried the little dragons, "now it's too late." The dragons began to cry, drippy, droppy dragon tears. "Today was your birthday. We wanted the birthday gift for you. Now it's too late," said the dragons. The good knight looked at his calendar. Yes, indeed, it was his birthday. He began to smile. Then he giggled and laughed. "You've given me the best gift there is," he said. The dragons didn't know what to think. "We didn't make a cake, or a card, or a magic show. We only made big fat messes," they said. "You made something else that made me laugh," said the good knight. "The gift of laughter is the best gift there is." The dragons thought of the big fat messes. They began to smile. They giggled and laughed. They laughed until the drippy, droppy dragon tears were all gone. "Yes, little dragons, I'll never forget this day," said the good knight. Then the good knight and all 3 little dragons ate the burnt cake. The good knight opened his sticky, gluey card. The dragons did a magic trick. Then the dragons began to sing. "Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, good night. Happy birthday to you." "Thank you, good dragon," said the good knight. "It was a good birthday." And that's all it takes to have a good birthday.